Hi, my name's Alan Edwards, and in this development blog video I'm going to show you the AI behind this little bunny in Estranged. You can see the behaviours that it has are stopping, looking around, it can get on its hind legs and do that, and running to a random spot. But also, if I approach a rabbit that's idling, it'll run away. There's a few different behaviours in there. Now the rabbit I didn't make, I bought this on the Unreal store. So the animations, the model, I acquired that. But the AI behaviour and the logic behind it, its brain, that's the thing that I worked on for Estranged. And this rabbit is used in a forest level of Estranged. Just kind of a little bit of wildlife, which I'd like to do more of in terms of animals in the game. So let's have a look at how it works. He's picking a pretty material there. Let's go into the rabbit AI. So the rabbit consists of a few things. There's the skeletal mesh, there's a bunch of animations in that folder, there's the physics asset, there's the materials, but most importantly is the behavior tree. And the behavior tree is the rabbit's AI brain. And this is how you do AI, or you can do AI in Unreal. This is the recommended way from Epic to write your AI. So you can see it comes in here. Sequence executes the nodes from left to right, and it will stop it when one of them fails. So it will start here. I have got a custom task here. Now what Blackboard lets you do, what behavior trees lets you do is write your own tasks in Blueprint. So this one here, if I double click it, it'll open it up. It'll open it up in a screen too big for you to see. Let's have a look at this. So here, this is very, very simple Blueprint. All it does is, when it receives the execute, it finds the origin location of the rabbit, and that's actually set on spawn. Just the location that the rabbit was created at in the world. So it can never go too far away from its origin. And then we've got this radius setting, which you'll see if I go back here. Unreal's not letting me. If I go back here, the radius is set by a Blackboard key, search radius. So search radius here is... Where is that defined? I don't remember where that's defined. Oh, that gets set. So that must be in its controller. Let's have a look. Here we go. Search radius is set at 2048 as soon as the behavior tree's initialized. So let's go back to our task. There's a built-in Unreal function, get random reachable point and radius, that uses the navigation mesh. So you just say, from this origin, with this radius, get a point. And if it finds one, it sets the location key. And the location key is, let's go back to clicking on there. Location key is this target location Blackboard key. And then it finishes executing. So that's the first step in this rabbit's journey. Of course, once it's picked a location, it needs to move to it. So this move to key is completely built into Unreal. You just give it a Blackboard key, which can be an actor or a vector, and it just goes and runs over there. Then got a little bit more logic here. So you'll notice that in the world here, all of the rabbits have little, have a sphere around them, and that's a trigger. So if I go into edit the rabbit's blueprint, you'll see that there's a method here, component on begin overlap. When something overlaps the rabbit, it sets the focus of the rabbit to the thing that triggered the overlap with the sphere. So in this case, if the player goes ahead and goes near the rabbit, it will get set as overlapping the rabbit, and the rabbit will try and run off. You see there, it wasn't very successful. But that's the general principle. So if I go back to here, all of this is governed by this, and this is saying, this is a custom decorator, and all it does is it checks the focus actor of the AI. And focus actor is a concept built into Unreal Engine into, I think it's AI controller that has that. So you don't need to make these methods or track the focus actor. You can just set it and then get it. So this one just gets it and tests whether it's alive, firstly. That's an estranged concept, and if it's valid, if it's not null. So this means that this entire branch below here will be cancelled. You can see I can click it there and highlight it. If this, for some reason, is true, because I've got it inversed. So the rabbit's, this is just the rabbit's idle behavior. So it waits for 5 seconds, plus or minus 5 seconds, so it might not wait at all. It plays an animation. This is just a custom task. There is actually an animation task built in, but I wanted to extend it, and I can't remember why, but anyway, you can use the built-in one. You don't actually have to write your own. I think I wanted to add some kind of random sequences to it. Yeah, that was it. So I wanted to make an array of animations to pick from for a different AI, not this one. So the only one it does is this this alert looking around animation. This is a nice little searching animation. So you can see that plays that, and then it waits a little bit more. And then, of course, when this is done, it will just loop back around, find a random location, and move to it. So it's very, very simple AI. And this is one of the first behavior trees I actually wrote in Unreal, because I was kind of teaching myself different techniques to use it. So there's a few different facets of the rabbit. So that's the AI. That's complete AI brain. I've just gone over there. Very, very dumb rabbit. Sorry, rabbit. But there's a few other facets, like the actual character here. This is a custom Estranged class, but eventually it just boils down to the character class. But there's a few things here. There's the character movement component that controls the how fast it accelerates. The rabbit does have acceleration. So when it starts off slow, and then it gets faster, like that. So it's not kind of a start and stop. It does actually ramp up. Where were we? Let's go into characters again. And there's also, most importantly, the animation blueprint. So the animation blueprint is responsible for allowing the rabbit to just kind of animate when it's idling. So, I mean, there are different ways of doing this. So I decided to have the animation in the behavior tree as well as here, just because it was easier to manage. But what you could do is set a Boolean on the or a Boolean on the character that the animation blueprint picks up, and the animation blueprint then transitions the rabbit into a looking around animation. However you decide to do it, if you decide to pursue farm animals, or not farm animals, but wild animals for your game. So all this does at the minute is checks whether speed is greater than 0. If it's not greater than 0, then it'll play this random sequence, and I think there's a couple of idle animations here. So there's idle sat breathe, idle sniff around. And then if speed is greater than 0, it will play this blend space. And the blend space here allows the rabbit to, once it ramps up its speed, it ramps up the animation speed as well. So you see here, moving a little bit faster, it's going a little bit, and then he starts, going into a full hop. Quite a fast run there. This needs a bit of improvement. Right now it's a little bit, it doesn't look quite realistic enough, but that's work to do in the future. I think that's all I'm going to show you today. So that is the rabbit in Estranged. Let's just have another look around. So if you want to play with the rabbit, it's in the currently in the 9th level of Estranged, which is a forest level. There's 3 of them walking around there. That's it for this development blog video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments or reach out to me at alan@alanedwards.com. Thank you very much for watching.